Object-Oriented Programming, or OOP, is a program paradigm that organizes code around objects, which are data structures containing data and procedures to operate on that data rather than a program's logic and functions. Well, in simple terms, OOP is basically a way of writing computer programs that's based on how we see the real world. Objects are things in the real world that have characteristics which we call attributes, and their actions which are called methods.
Let us now define procedural and object-oriented programming. The two most common programming paradigms are procedural programming and object-oriented programming. The procedural programming approach is written in a sequence of steps where the data and functions are separated, while the object-oriented organize the program using objects, where the data and functions are together inside the object. Object-oriented programming has an advantage over procedural programming because it makes software easier to design, reuse, secure, maintain, and scale. By using OOP principles, developers can reduce or even eliminate redundant and unorganized code, often referred to as spaghetti code. Object-oriented programming is one of the most widely used programming paradigms today. The importance of OOP lies in how it helps programmers design, organize, and maintain complex software systems in a way that mirrors the real world, making development more efficient and manageable. In OOP, everything revolves around classes and objects, which bundle together both data, known as attributes, and behavior known as methods. This makes program easier to understand because the code structures around concepts that people are already familiar with. Instead of being a long list of instructions, a program becomes a collection of interacting objects similar to how things interact with real life.
There are multiple basic concepts in object-oriented programming. The main concepts are classes, objects, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism.
Imagine you want to describe your puppy, its characteristics, what makes it cute, how it barks, what does it like to do in its leisure. Congrats! You just described what a class does in OOP. A class is a template that defines a type of object, the data it holds, or attributes, and the action it can perform, or methods. Let's create a class. Your dog may have brown fur and a cute face. This is what we refer to in OOP as attributes. Methods in OOP, however, are the dog's behaviors, like how it walks, how it barks, and how it pees in the carpet in the morning. Next in our list are objects. Now that we have our dog blueprint, we may now name it. I'll name my dog Max, and his breed is a Chihuahua. In object-oriented programming, an object is a fundamental concept representing an instance of a class. It defines the class's attributes. If a class is a dog, then an object would be Max the Chihuahua. In very simple terms, an object would be anything and something that will follow the instructions from the class. Next is encapsulation. Imagine your work is being accessed and modified without your permission. That's where encapsulation enters the chat. Encapsulation is the ability of the object to hide the data and restrict direct access to the said data. For example, in an ATM, you interact with buttons and screen options. This is the public methods, while the bank details and transaction history are the hidden data. You cannot directly access your account's database. You can only withdraw, deposit, or check balance through the ATM's interface. Encapsulation in real life is like hiding complex details inside and only exposing what's necessary to use. Now, let's talk about inheritance. From the term itself, inherit means passing something down. Programming, inheritance allows a class to receive properties and behaviors from another class. Just like in real life, a child inherits traits from their parents such as eye color or height. A subclass inherits attributes and methods from its parent class. This makes codes more reusable, organized, and easier to maintain. Easy as that. Last but not the least is polymorphism. The word itself means many forms. In object-oriented programming, polymorphism allows one method or action to behave differently depending on the object using it. Imagine the Pokemon Ditto. It has a unique ability to transform to any Pokemon it wants. When it transforms to Pikachu, it can use electric powers. When it transforms to Charizard, it can breathe fire. It's the same Pokemon, but its powers or behaviors is different. So, in polymorphism, you can have the same command like move, but the result or the outcome will be different depending on the object that uses the said command.
To wrap it all up, object-oriented programming is like bringing the real world into your code. We create classes as blueprints, build objects as real examples, use encapsulation to protect what should stay private, and rely on inheritance to pass down traits and behaviors. These simple but powerful ideas make our programs easier to understand, cleaner to maintain, and way more reusable. So, yeah, OOP isn't just some boring coding concept, it's literally how we make programs behave like the real world. Learn it, use it, and you'll save yourself from spaghetti code, and probably some headaches too.